Good morning, everybody. Get my sweater up all the way. And let's do some morning studies, huh? How are we doing out there? Oh, Salamat Pagi. All right. Let's put these guys away while thinking about it. Good morning, everybody. It's night. Oh, Salamat Malan. It is morning here. I'm trying to put that in here. There we go. Good morning, people popping. I guess I should put this where it can be seen, right? Where am I working, right? Make sure that's visible rather than just kind of wandering off. This is a what's the name of that company? It's a Czech company. It's they make a lot of pencils and things, but this is a there you go, Progresso Kohinoor pencil. So this is the red one. That one's light vermilion, but here's the orange one. Same thing. It's just run a little bit low. In fact, I probably should go see a man about a new pencil. Maybe one after class or something today. Yeah, but I'm working here from this one. I don't remember if this one's erasable or not. I don't think so. Let's find out. Yeah, not really. It looks like not very erasable. Maybe a little bit, but not a lot. So yeah, I don't think it erases very much. I mean, it might be a little bit, but it doesn't look like it really do it. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, there we go. That's where we're at. I think I had zoomed over on the other side just because that's where I thought I was going to be doing the smaller drawings, and I realized, oh no, I'm doing the bigger one here. So I'm copying from Terryl Whitlatch's Science of Creature Design. Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. Sometimes I'm not, I have to move things around. It's not like my computer screen, everything just shows. It's, move around and. I teach at a university, so I've been teaching for a long time, and then I've also worked with game studios and other things over the years. So this is for practice for me. So I am. It's kind of like I like to warm up for my day. So, yeah, I mean, I've worked with some bigger ones, some smaller ones. A bunch of different things over the years. So, like, Riot Games, worked at Disney Interactive back when they had studios. Worked with EA a bit. Nothing too exciting with that one. It was a Monopoly game or something. But I've mostly taught. People keep asking me to, so I haven't complained. Hey, come on, Bosch. Come lay down. Sorry, my dog just coming over to his bed next to this table. Get his blanket. Alright, Bosch. There you go. Signs of Doubt. I don't know what that is. Is that a particular game? Or manga or something? I don't know what that is exactly. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what that is exactly. So there's a lot of stuff out there these days. So you know. Yeah. So, but I've been drawing from this book for a while. Almost done though. A couple more pages. 3 more pages after this one of the actual book itself. So yeah, I love Terryl, but it's taken me a long time to get through this one just because um, it takes a while to do things. Yeah, maybe someone can explain to me. I keep everyone's very excited about all this AI nonsense, and I still don't know what any of it's for. Like, what am I supposed to do with it? It's one of the reasons I find it so annoying. Is it's like, well, it does this thing. I'm like, well, I already have like 10 things that do that, and it does it reliably in a way that doesn't hallucinate or steal other people's stuff. So what do I need this for? Like, what's it do for me? Um, Seems like an excuse for people to not understand what they're doing. Everyone I talk to is like that supports it. Like I just don't know what they're even talking about. They say, well, it does this and that. I'm like, well, yeah, I already do that. And that's what I like doing. So why? All right, I think we can get this page inked. Oh. Which one is it? I think this one is the one I want, and I have a feeling it needs fresh ink in there, or at least some water. Yeah, there's definitely problems with Instagram. Um, I've definitely seen a lot of drop off um, of stuff. Like, if I'm not actively posting, I'm losing, I think, around 10 followers a day. Hopefully, they're just all fake, but yeah, I'm also streaming on YouTube. But might be in the chat there in the pinned comment. But well, generally, I think art streams are tough anyway. But I'm multi-streaming, so you know, it's I'm not just in one place. I have, well, actually, I'm just using OBS. You can set up OBS to do that now. Um, so, yeah, I just use that. Um, so, yeah, I just set it up in there. Apparently, that's a relatively new thing. Um, yeah, but that seems to work pretty well. You know, there's probably a lot of things I'm not aware of that I should be doing that I'm not doing, but you know, what can I say? It's got a lot of detail on there. But yeah, the goal is kind of come on here for about an hour in the morning, and then you know, if I can later on, depending on the projects I'm working on, whether it's for myself or especially for myself, you know, I'll often stream it, you know, especially in the evening. But I don't know how, you know, popular art streams tend to be anyway. But yeah, so it would probably help if I were you know, a VTuber or pretty or something like that. But good, more people popping in. Oh yeah, that definitely I'm sure helps. You know, if I were a popular movie star or singer, really good gamer, Yeah, I'm sure that that would also be beneficial. Yeah, well, yeah, so I'm sure that's part of it too. Is I need to if I were doing something other than drawing, complaining about celebrities or something like that. Well, that's good. But what do you teach? I teach all day. Well, not all day every day, but that's my that's my regular job is teaching. So, um, I see. Is it the hardcore perspective with measuring points and station points and all of that good stuff? Or is it more kind of more general? I see. Because I've taught the hardcore stuff to people, along with kind of more general stuff. I have like a particular approach for teaching it that I developed at the last university I was at. Oh yeah. I always like teaching foundations. Um, People will. I tend to teach it. Well, at least now I'm teaching at multiple levels. At last university I was at, I mostly taught foundations. They did have me doing some of the senior stuff with the motion designers, where I was kind of their art director for the semester. So I don't have to, animate or anything like that I don't really do. So I would start a class be like, I won't be able to help you with your actual technical problems, but I'm here to help you make your work better. Um, yeah. Currently, mostly do a concept class. Yeah, so I teach university, mostly teaching third year, um, doing some senior stuff right now. Well, again, I've taught different years before, just that's what I'm doing right now. 300 level class. It's the concept drawing class. There's a lot of perspective in there. I show them the technical stuff, but it's kind of to put it in the context of lenses. Oh, they're mostly hardworking. I hear like, complaints about students, and I don't know. I think maybe I'm missing something, or I just don't tend to see. I'll get lazy students once in a while, but most part they're all hardworking and they want to do things, and there seems to be kind of an attitude I'll see from professors where it's like they're trying to almost like punish students into doing what they want rather than like giving them things that are worth doing. So it's sometimes I feel a little bit strange because um, yeah. So I have a lot of very good students. I think they're all great, but I think part of it is that I think sometimes people forget that the students the students don't come to you to serve your interests; they come to serve their own, and I didn't really care too much about as a student the celebrity or the that even the names of my teachers necessarily, as long as they knew what they were doing and they were good at it and I could learn from them. And but yeah, I have a lot of fun doing it. We've got some trouble going on. What's interesting though is it seems like the problems is more coming from teachers and the school rather than the students. So the university and a lot of the teachers seem to be really fixated on adding AI into different parts of the education, and I don't understand why. Like, there's no, as far as I can tell, there's no real benefit to it. They keep telling me, "Oh, it does this, it does that." I'm like, "Yeah, but I already do all those things, and I don't want a machine telling me how to do them." It's like we use it for brainstorming. Like, why don't you just go outside or do a drawing? It gives me ideas I wouldn't come up with on my own. Well, you certainly won't if you don't, try. And so, and the students want absolutely nothing to do with it. It's not what they're here for. They're here to learn to do their own thing, to draw and paint and tell stories and try and find a career doing those things. And the institution seems, hell-bent on imposing this nonsense on them, and they don't want it. It's interesting because they want to do the work. That's what they're here for. They want to paint, they want to draw, and whatever their talent level is, they want to. That's what they're there for. Like, they're not there to. Yeah, and that's what I have a feeling a lot of this is for. Is that there's a lot of venture capital going into things, and because it's the latest thing, the latest bubble, people are in hot pursuit of it, and so they can attach a name to it or something. They feel like they can get something for it, and rather than recognizing the actual problems that they're creating, like they're literally telling students that your ideas aren't worthwhile. That what you want to do is dead. And it's like, well, then what are we doing here with you? Yeah, and that's the thing is like, but people, it's good enough, I think, in certain ways for some types of people. But for me, like, the whole point of doing the whole process is to actually do that process. It's not even necessarily the final result. Like, the arguments I tend to hear are around efficiency and creativity. And people seem to think that more ideas equals better ideas, which has never been true. It's kind of silly. Yeah, that's the thing is like, I've played around with some of the tools once in a while, but every time I'm like, it just doesn't seem very interesting to me. It seems rather dull and boring. I don't want, it's like, why would I bother with this nonsense? And then the fact that AI doesn't really give you real answers, like it's hallucinating them. So it's not even like a real response. Like, it might be correct. It might have some kind of answer that's worth hearing. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, the other thing too, I'm looking at, I'm like, well, these are systems put together by people that, I don't necessarily like or trust. And it's a little opaque as to, what, their intentions are. And, yeah, so And then the people that are supportive, they're often like using really specious arguments. Like they'll argue with you, and you're like, but that's not the point I'm making at all, or that's an entirely different thing. So like, oh, well, you don't like recommended music, and I'm like, that's not the same thing as generative AI, or and I don't actually a lot of the modern music recommendation systems and algorithms for all these different systems are really bad. Like they're not very good at finding things for you. It's like YouTube. If you ever watch something that's outside of your normal viewing habits, they just suddenly throw that at you. You're just like, I was just curious that one time about something. I didn't really want 10 videos about the same thing. I just was a little bit curious about whatever someone was saying or whatever subject. I wasn't that into it. A lot of times when it happens, like they'll start throwing stuff at me, I have to go back and like remove the video from the history. So it's like, sorry, it's annoying. Alright, page 156. See if we can do some of these smaller ones. Yeah, well, they're trying to lock it. I think they're trying to lock these things down, but you kind of look at what's going on. Like I think I posted on my story the other day. I think it's already down, but OpenAI, they want to collect everything without any ramifications or payment, and then they want it to be their whole systems to be fueled with taxpayer dollars. And then they want to sell it back to you. I mean, that was like, wasn't like a conspiracy or anything. That's what they said. Like they have a paper they just put out talking about how to make AI happen for everybody and the glorious future that they've got in mind for all of us. And yeah. So again, I've tried out some of this stuff a few different times. Like the website builder I have has it kind of built into it. You can turn it off, which I have recently. But it was like, rewrite your text with AI, and I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see. It's just that my art professor thing. We'll see what it says. Maybe it'll improve the quality of the text, and it doesn't. It makes it worse. And so it's like, if I have like a little paragraph or something, because I have this teaching website, that's where most of the text would happen at myartprofessor.com. Mostly perspective stuff, by the way. But yeah, so to say, try rewriting it with this AI thing. I'm like, okay, well, we'll see what it does. And so yeah, it's not like I haven't tried any of these things out. Just to see what's going on. And I've been watching it kind of come for the last, I don't know, 10 years. I remember like the first ones were like those ones where you would draw like brown and blue and green, and then it would kind of fill it in with imagery, with photos. And it would kind of look photorealistic. Because they'd pull in from whatever resources they were using for the system. But So, but yeah, but the thing is, like, it seems like it's a system designed to make you not understand things and to kind of rely on it for your own mind. Yeah, because yeah, it doesn't understand what it's doing, right? So it's like it's pretending to kind of. It doesn't. It's not really pretending. It's just like it's trying. It's designed to seem like it's having a thought. So I try to use like the correct terminology because the way it gets talked about like it's a human mind, and you know, it's not. It doesn't have a mind. It doesn't think. It's just it's outputting based off of common interests in subjects and automatically generating those things. Yeah, because there's no mind there. You're not talking to someone. It can maybe seem like you're talking to someone, like it's been designed to do that to a certain degree. I remember like a long time ago when the movie AI came out, about the robots. But I forget the name of the kid who was in it. He was the sad kid from um, Sixth Sense. He was in this movie about abused AI robots, and but I moved on to the next page here. It's very exciting. See how many we can do. I'll probably set up these. Got 15 minutes left, so maybe I'll do 5 of these. Maybe that's the name of it. I thought it was called artificial intelligence. Um, I, Robot, isn't that's the one with Will Smith? That's a different movie. This one's older than that. It's a Spielberg movie. Um, there were a few of those. There was one like about a robot. I forget the name. It was with Robin Williams, and he was like becoming human. Um, yeah, I think it's called AI, artificial intelligence, or something like that. Forget the name of the kid, but yeah, he didn't grow up to be a big actor. I guess it didn't work out for him. Probably for the best. But um, but with that movie, there was a promotional thing they did where there was like a chat bot on their website for it because the movies all had their own little websites. Well, don't tell that to ChatGPT or OpenAI, right? Yeah, but I remember that being a thing back then. And so you could go online and talk to this chatbot, and it would talk about different things. But that was a long time ago, like when I was in undergrad. Yep, have a good one. It's late. It's first thing in the morning here. It's not even 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'll probably be on for another 10 minutes or so. So just getting these sketched in. And then move on to the next thing for the day. I gotta get ready for class, first of all. See what I'm teaching today. Mostly know what I'm teaching, but Taiwan, huh? Should have gone over to Taiwan. I lived in Hong Kong for 4 years. But never made it over to Taiwan. I do have a Taiwanese teacher at the university. She says she's native Taiwanese, so she's not part of the. She doesn't consider herself Chinese Taiwanese. She's native. I guess I didn't realize that was a whole thing until I talked to her. But did go over to like Japan a bunch of times. Went to Thailand once. Yeah, I've heard good things. One of the professors we had, he moved there. I'm trying to remember his name right now, but he's his wife I think is from there, and they moved back there at a certain point. Carl Johnson, yeah, he's from the American Midwest. Alright. Good morning, people popping in. Good morning, people coming in. You know, usually let me know if there's any questions, comments. I don't mind talking while sketching here. This is kind of warm-ups for me, working from really great concept artist, Terryl Whitlatch. So put that in the description there. Good morning. Good morning, people popping in. Is it drawing in the morning my job? No. That would be nice, I guess, right? You know, get up, do a little drawing, and that's your job. No, it's kind of how I start my day. I do have a job that I have to go to today. So I teach at a university. And but that doesn't. My class doesn't start until 10. I wish this classes actually started earlier. I'd rather have that and then come back early in the afternoon, kind of rest up and get to work that way. But for some reason they start classes at 10 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. depending on the day. But yeah, I'm definitely fill my time with worthwhile things, I think, in the morning. Well, yeah, it's what I like doing, right? So it's easy to be dedicated to the things you like doing. So, I decided I wanted to take advantage of all these books I've been collecting over the years. And, one of the advice I always give my students is, if you want to learn something, copy the books that you buy. And, or just in general, look at, if you see work you really like, copy it. Doesn't necessarily mean it fits into your portfolio. Like I wouldn't stick this book into the drawings I'm doing here into a portfolio. But it's good for my own kind of warm-ups in the morning, and it's easy enough to do online just because I'm pretty comfortable talking and working at the same time, and so. So, yeah, and so it's a good way to start the day, and kind of gets me focused. And it's something allows me to pay attention to something inspiring. So there's a lot in here for me, you know. All right, getting our final sketch in here for the morning. So I try to only keep this to about an hour, and that way, it's a bit more focused. Oh, hello over there. Yeah, well, this is from Terryl. If you look in the, it should be in the description, I think. I think it automatically gets sent over there. But this is from Terryl Whitlatch's Science of Creature Design, and I'm about to finish up this drawing. When I do, I'll put her book down here. But these are sketches from her book. So in the morning, I like to get up and do morning studies. And well, over there on Kick. Alright, so we got page 156 there. Today is the 16th. 25, not 24. 01. How long before I stop writing 24? Oh, okay, there's no. Okay, I'm not sure how the stuff gets sent out, so maybe I should double check on that. But yeah, so I've been taking advantage of all the different books that I've acquired over the years and studying from them over the last couple years. So those don't necessarily make it up here, but here's the maybe I have to go over there and actively put it in there. But this is the book here. So there's this stuff over here, and then let me pull this off and I'll show you the cover. But yeah, Terryl Whitlatch, that's who this book is from. This is the Science of Creature Design, and it's a great book. Definitely recommend it. You know, a lot of anatomy and details and everything in here. And then she kind of shows how she uses it. There's some more cool dinosaurs. She has 3 books on creature design, but she's mostly worked in film designing creatures. So she would work on movies like Avatar or the dinosaur movies for Jurassic Park, and she was there because she's a real expert in anatomy. So if they're trying to make things look really believable, they use her. And so yeah, this was the Ironkylosaurus, and then it was Thorosaurus for that one. But I'm down to like my last couple pages here. So I started copying this back in September, and I've got the page we were just looking at, which is this stuff right here, the sketch page of this. And then there's a Hulkosaurus. It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex as the Hulk, and then that I think finishes off the book. There's a little interview in the back, and then that finishes off the book. So yeah, so I try to get in the morning and spend some time with that. I've been kind of keeping it to an hour lately. Just to kind of focus myself a little bit better. But yeah, but thanks for coming in, and talk to everybody next time. Trying to move on to get other stuff done. Get out of my pajamas.